What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to SoCal Exploring, and today we have a video that a bunch of you guys enjoy, and it's the start of a series for this year, which it is every year. Today is the first ever Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2019 update for my channel, at least. So it's going to be update number 1 for this year, and I can't wait to get into talking about this Q&A that Murdy had on Twitter. I'm going to be breaking down some of the tweets and questions that he's been tweeting, and just answers from him replying to the fans. I'm breaking down some of the stuff, and I really picked out a bunch of the key points in this Q&A, and we're going to break it down, and really I'm going to make some predictions on what I think is going to be coming to this year's event based on these questions. So without further ado, let's get into the first ever Halloween Horror Nights update for 2019 of SoCal Exploring. By the way, sorry my voice is like a little like raspy and deep, like it's just like, I know you guys are used to my normal voice, but I'm a little bit sick right now, so it kind of sounds like this, and I know it sounds weird, but whatever, it is what it is, you know? Alright, so let's hop into this. So a fan asked Murdy on Twitter if we'd ever be getting back the Jurassic Park queue, which is a question that a lot of fans have been asking it as of recently. So Murdy replied with something along the lines of eventually we'll get it back. He's hoping to get it back, which I mean, hope goes a long way, because that means Murdy's actually trying to get it back. Unfortunately, I believe this year it is not going to be back, just because I feel like Jurassic World is going to take up a lot of space like that. They're going to use a lot of that queue line due to the popularity of the attraction. I feel like they're not going to have enough room to really build a maze back there if it's always getting used throughout the summer, especially when HHN construction usually starts around the summertime. That's when it's going to get most packed. So I don't believe that we're going to be getting the Jurassic World queue back this year, which sucks, but we have hope right here that Murdy says that it's gonna be, it's one of those locations that he wants to get back. So maybe in the future years, maybe not next year either, but eventually we will see the Jurassic location back, which we got confirmed from Murdy, and I'm really excited for that to come back, because a lot of the great mazes, a lot of my most favorite mazes have come out of that location from Halloween Horror Nights. Someone also asked about the maze announcements, which he replied as we may be getting them sooner than we think. So I know 2016 we got maze announcements pretty early. I forget last year or not 2016. Yeah, it was 2016. 2016 was the year of The Exorcist. Yeah, 2016 was the most recent year that I remember us getting them really early. I don't remember 2017's announcements or last year's announcements, how early they were. But if we can get an announcement in Monsterpalooza, maybe like at the panel that they do, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty early as far as announcement season goes. Maybe it's going to be as early as March. Who knows? That may be a wild card throw up, but that'd be cool if we get announcements that early. It just builds more hype around the event, and definitely is a good advertisement move for Universal and Horror Nights. So who knows, guys? Murdy has been saying in his other tweets that he has a lot of these mazes already slated for the lineup, and is already set on designing them. So who knows, guys? We could be getting them sooner than we think, as early as March. No, that's just me saying it. Universal hasn't announced anything. John Murdy hasn't said anything on Twitter, but that is just my bold prediction and speculation on when we may be getting announcements this year. The original maze topic was brought up as well, which he then replied to as he writes one every year, and he has written one for this year. It just all depends on if there's room in the lineup for this original maze to actually be built and designed. Which I don't think we're going to get an original maze this year. I think that's more of Orlando's. Murdy does write one every year, but I don't believe that we're ever going to have any room, just because of how many IPs we do, and how we only do around 6 or 7 mazes compared to Orlando's 10. I don't believe that we are going to have enough room to fit an original maze in there. Like I said, that's kind of Orlando's thing, so it'd be kind of weird for or Hollywood to do it. They've done them in the past, but we've really been more focused on IPs as much, so I don't believe we're getting an original maze this year. It's written up like Murdy said, but it's all just a what if, you know, like what if there's some rights issues with some IP, then then the original property will replace the intellectual property if there is a problem with rights or anything like that. But I really feel that every year there's just an original written as a just in case, like as something like that would happen. So original maze this year, who knows? As for me right now, I don't think so. And Blumhouse was brought up as well. The question of Blumhouse coming to the event this year for its third year in a row is a question that's been on my mind as well. So I'm really happy that this fan asked this, because I haven't been on Twitter. That's why I didn't ask anything. I haven't been on Twitter as much. I need to get back on it. But man, Blumhouse Volume 3. He said that it is undetermined right now. So basically, the way that I see this is that Murdy says it's undetermined, but in the long run, he knows it's going to be one of those ones that it's going to get put into the event. It is a good marketing for them. It is good advertisement, and Murdy is really good friends with Jason Blum. So I don't see it leaning more towards not coming to the event. I see it leaning more towards we're going to have a Blumhouse Volume 3. Which I hope it comes out great this year. Blumhouse Volume 2 was kind of last year. I still enjoyed it. But other than that, this is an unpopular opinion. I do like the concept of Blumhouse if they just pull it off the right way, you know. Because we've seen in the past two Blumhouse mazes, they don't pull it off as much as all the fans expected or as much as they describe it. So I'm hoping that if they do bring it back, that they pull it off the way that they explain it, like over Twitter or just in the descriptions of certain stuff. I really hope that they do, because I do like the concept of it. I like the concept of having 3 movies or 3 properties in a single maze, and I don't know, I really like that. You know, it gives you a feel of different things. It's almost like adding 3 extra mazes. It's not really, it's more like 3 mini mazes, but still you get that feel of it, if you know what I mean. Another location topic about soundstage mazes. So Murdy said that he loves the sound stages, you know, but it's just the fact of it being so hard to gain them from Universal, which I can understand. They're filming back there. They want to film their sound stages. They don't want to let construction workers be in there for 6+ months designing a maze for Halloween Horror Nights, an event that's only 3 months long. So they much rather be filming movies or TV shows. So I can see where it's hard for them to gain these access to the sound stages and put mazes in them. It's a good thing that Murdy's saying that, like, he basically, you know, likes him. So, like, it's not like one of those things where it's just like, oh, let's completely forget about the idea. It's still a what if. It's still a maybe. It's still a hopeful thing. So the thing that I'm really trying to capture from this is all this stuff is still a hopeful thing. It's not like they're completely throwing it out, you know. So that's one positive thing that we can take from this. On the other side of it, I believe that it is super hard for them to gain these access to these soundstage mazes or soundstage locations. Like I said, they use it for movies, they use it for TV shows, and there's only certain spots where guests can go, so they have to use some of the closer sound stages, like the one that they used for Stranger Things last year, and they'd have to use one closer to the backlot area if they wanted to use one in the backlot. If not, it'd be kind of difficult to get guests to a certain location, say like a sound stage behind Transformers or something like that. It'd be very difficult. Universal Monsters was also brought up, and the fact of like, is it going to come back next year or not? And Murdy replied with, it could possibly come back, we'll see, but if it does come back, then it'll come back as a different concept than it was last year. So fans are wondering, you know, what's this concept that I can't talk right now, guys. What's this concept that Murdy's talking about? The way that I see it is he's either talking about the different monsters, or he's talking about just doing an original twist on it, which basically he did this year, or he's actually talking about doing it off the series called Dark Universe, which I still don't know when it's going to come out. But obviously, if you've been to Universal recently, normally Universal, they have that merch out for Universal Monsters. It's because it's surrounding the series Dark Universe, which if you haven't heard about, go ahead and look it up. It's basically going to be a series about the Universal Monsters. They've also been doing a lot of work for the Universal Monsters, like they're getting a giant mural painted of the monsters on one of the walls in the backlot, which is really cool. So, me personally, I don't think Monsters is coming back this year, just due to the fact that we had this past year, and this was the beginning of like, oh, let's advertise the monsters into Universal and this whole new series coming along. So now that they're advertising it more and more and more, I don't feel as if there's really, I mean, there is a lot to design for monsters and there's a lot more that they can expand to, but I don't feel as if it's the right move for Universal. And I feel like, because Murdy has to get these mazes approved every year, so I don't feel like Universal really was leaning towards approving monsters this year, if they thought it was the right fit. Who knows, guys? I know Murdy loves that maze, and that maze meant so deeply to his heart, so I don't see it being thrown out and being like, no, we're not doing monsters ever again. I see it as another what if. And the whole different concept of it is, I just think the different concepts just going to be different monsters, to be completely honest. And they're going to base it around, because like, you know, like this year, like you went into the vault and saw Frankenstein and everything, like that, it had that whole concept of like a story behind it. So I feel like there's, by him saying different concepts, it's going to be meaning a different story behind the different monsters that he uses for this year's maze, if Universal Monsters returns for HHN 2019. Lastly, the one that most people are very happy about is Murdy gave us a very, very bright light into, we may not be getting the Purge this year. So a fan asked if we're going to be getting the Purge this year, or what will we be replacing it. And Murdy said, yeah, I think it'll be time to take a break or something like that. I don't know, the tweet's up there. But so this is good hope, guys, because we have had the Purge for such a long time, and I think it's time to go, or take a break, like he says. I don't believe that we should have it anymore. It's just one of those things that's kind of overused, just like The Walking Dead was. And yeah, guys, I'm very happy about this. I do think that there's a very, very small chance that Purge will come back this year, due to like the replacement and just the fact that Jason Blum loves having his properties at the event. But as far as what Murdy says right now, I don't believe that's coming back to this year's event, which I'm very happy, because as much as I do love the Purge films and the Purge maze and attractions and all that, I am tired of seeing it at the event, and I would much rather prefer something else coming to the event this year. That does it for Murdy's tweets and wraps up everything that he tweeted and answered to fans. As far as my prediction goes, I'm going to make a quick prediction as far as mazes go. I think that Stranger Things 2 is coming this year. I believe that Halloween 2018 is coming this year, and I also believe that we have a potential of seeing the Haunting of Hill House coming this year to the event. So who knows? That's just my predictions as far as just me thinking right now. I have no backup details about it, about my predictions. That's just my predictions as of right now. Let me know what you think is coming to HHN down below in the comments section, and let me know what you think of Murdy's tweets as of right now. And we will be talking more and more about this as more HHN updates come out, and as Murdy tweets more and we find out more information, I will be making videos. So it feels nice to be making HHN updates again. If you haven't seen my recent video, or one of my recent videos of me basically talking about why I stopped making HHN videos to begin with, go ahead and check that out. But I'm happy to be making them again, and I just can't wait for this ride of HHN 2019. It's coming, guys, and this is the first update, so many more updates to come. If you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you are not subscribed already, make sure to click that subscribe button right there. And if you are subscribed, make sure to turn on those post notifications to be notified every time I upload a new video, possibly an HHN update, possibly a vlog. Who knows, guys? But you definitely want to stay in the loop, so click that notification bell to be notified every time I upload, and then you'll know when I want to watch this video or not, because you'll get the little notification. If you want to check us out on social media, all of our social media is down below in the description. You can follow our personal Instagrams, or you can follow the normal Keep Exploring Pics Instagrams, where all of my theme park pictures and construction updates are posted there. And you can check me out on Twitter. I'm going to be tweeting a lot more, like I said. I need to get back on there, just as far as Horror Nights goes. So follow me on Twitter at KeepExploring7. It will also be down in the description as well. There's a couple other little details if you want to go check that description box out. Thank you for all the support as of recently, guys. I really do appreciate it. Remember, guys, positivity is key. Do not let those negative barriers get in your way in life, because those negative barriers will stop you from the one goal that you want. And if you want that goal, you have to be willing to do anything to get it. So fight for that goal. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let any negative people stop you. All we can do is do that. Just remember that. And last but not least, I will see you all in the next one. Remember to keep exploring. Everyone cashed out. They got the last